there's a lot of talk right now about the very famous picture of Trump getting shot, putting his hand up in the air. And it's offensive to many. They feel like it's perhaps the wrong message to send, right?
Subin made a merch behind it. I thought it was pretty cool.
He did?
Yeah, it was like, miss me.
Some people on like CNN, MSNBC, they're like, oh,
I think you should have sold it.
This is messed up. Why did he immediately call for violence? Fight, fight, fight. Right? He should have said peace, peace, peace or something.
Who the fuck says peace, peace, peace?
Reasonable people, Joe. Not
Peace, peace, peace.
right.
That's how we're gonna fight against guns.
Yeah.
But
So you can't make gestures anymore?
one person who actually was actively against Trump in 2020, to a lot of cheddar, right? He actually put a lot of money against Trump last cycle. He has come out about this. And you guys might recognize who this is.
I've done some stuff personally in the past. I'm not planning on doing that this time. And that includes, not endorsing either of the candidates. Now, look, I mean, there's obviously a lot of crazy stuff going on in the world. I mean, the historic events over the last, over the weekend. And, I mean, on a personal note, it's, seeing Donald Trump get up after getting shot in the face and pump his fist in the air with the American flag is one of the most badass things I've ever seen in my life.
Wow.
But look, I mean, it's and I think, look, at some level as an American, it's like hard to not get kind of emotional about that spirit and that fight. And I think that's why a lot of people like the guy.
That's pretty cool.
So when I tell you that he put hundreds of millions of dollars against Trump last cycle, I'm not exaggerating. Last cycle, he was against Trump in a major way. They were putting major dollars behind it.
Oh, is that why Facebook was on trial, where they were talking about, like, you let Russia deliberately do these things because you had biases and stuff like that?
Yeah, but it turned out to be not very much money.
I see.
Yeah. Wow. But, yeah, a couple days ago, Trump warned Zuckerberg not to get involved in this election, which is kind of ironic because then that photo got taken and then Zuckerberg comes out like this strongly. So it's kind of interesting.
That is interesting because he's also. It seemed like Zuckerberg was super pro-left, especially with like Facebook hiding all the Hunter Biden laptop stuff, and then anytime anyone posts anything about COVID during COVID, it was like misinformation. Like the things that they flagged felt like it was everything on one side. Or there was even a time where like any picture that even had like a gun in it was immediately flagged. You have to you get shadow banned. Yep. So it felt like whether he was directly involved or his company, but there was some sort of campaign launched at one side. Yes. And then now he comes out to say the other side's leader did something that was incredibly badass. Mm-hmm. So it is pretty crazy.
Sometimes you just gotta give props.
For real.
It's pretty cool.
I think you could respect it.
Cool.
Like,
yeah, that might just be props.
Yeah, like you see a guy get shot like that, and especially in that motion of like, whether you, politics aside, you put yourself in that situation, for you to get fired up and wanting to keep fighting after you got shot in the fucking
That's
ear.
what's weird to me is at the end of the day, we're all American, right? But there's people that think that the other side is so evil that they should die.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm like, that's way out of hand. Because I might not agree with the Biden camp right now, but if he was the guy that almost got shot and he went up and he said, I want ice cream.
Right.
Or whatever he did.
Right.
I would have been like, fuck yeah, that's fucking America, baby.
I would have been, I would have had so much more respect.
For 100%.
But then the thing that holds people back from crediting any of this is that they think it's all staged. So they think that was a big publicity stunt, that he paid someone to fucking shoot him in his ear. Like, they won't get past that. Yeah. So it doesn't matter. You're not even at that
Well,
point,
that's just how much people have distrust in this country. Because, like, some people believe that 9/11 was an inside job. Some people, there's just, like, no one believes anything. Yeah.
I always ask people about the assassin. A lot of my clients, they'll be like, "What do you think about the assassination attempt?" Like, and just like that. And the people that are like super Dems, they always go like, "They should have fucking hit him." They missed. They
wild, dude.
Yeah, 100%. And then there's some people that are like, "Oh, I think it was fake." Yeah. And then some people are like, the more moderate, more people in the middle that kind of are like, "Fuck politics, fuck the red, fuck the blue, they're always like, man, that's actually kind of badass that he did that.
It's crazy because it's like at the end of the day, he's still someone's dad, husband, whatever. And you're
Politics
just like,
aside, like,
and you're just like, fucking should have killed him.
Right.
You're like, damn.
It's intense.
Well, that's how much they believe he's actually the embodiment of evil, which I argue the media, played a big role in demonizing him so much where
I agree.
they created heroes that wanted to stop the future Hitler. That's what a lot of people are saying is you keep calling this guy Hitler, someone's gonna want to stop him.
We got time travelers coming back to shoot him and shit.
Yeah.
Mandela effect.
Blair White, you guys know who Blair White is, right? Mm-hmm. She took, there's a picture that's circulating of Trump doing the fist up, and then obviously Hitler doing this, and she goes, this would be, like, this image would smash if you're retarded. which is exactly like obviously that would hit hard if you're like an idiot. Yeah. It's crazy because what part of Trump's platform is like, okay, yeah, Hitlerian? They go, oh yeah, he's Hitler. It's like, okay.
It's just dumb that the media, like, not only do they portray him being a bad guy, but they also portray him as having way more power than he actually has.
Yeah.
Like, they'll show you shit that's going bad and be like, it's because of him. He decided that, he did that. But then when it's someone else, it's like, well, he's not really the guy that gets to make that call. It's like, you know what I mean? Like, it's so hard to, because we know that the president can't do everything and that shit just happens whether they feel like they wanted that or not. Like, that does happen. There's a shitload of people pulling strings, but it's always their fault. Like, come on.
Well, they were calling him dictator, right? And then so I think a lot of people that believe everything that the news says, they're gonna be like, oh shit, well, we have to stop this future dictator from happening because it's just evil.
Yeah, they just hear words and they don't really hear what is actually happening. Like, did you see the compilation of how many times Biden called Trump a threat to democracy, to the nation, whatever? So it's just threat, dictator, and all these crazy like words that don't really mean anything. But then in the last 24 hours, the things that I heard, what Trump wanted to do is he wants to stop the war in Ukraine. He wants to make Bitcoin a reserve in the U.S. currency. Yeah. He doesn't want America to have our own issued fucking USD whatever coin thingy. He wants
central bank digital currency.
Yeah, he doesn't want to do that. Like, all of these things are the actual specifics, and I'm like, how are any of these things? And then he doesn't want to take people's guns away.
Secure the borders.
Yeah, secure the border. These are just things I've heard in the last 24 hours, and I'm like, how are any of these things a threat or dictator?
People's guns away. He almost just got shot.
Because he believes in it. He believes in it.
I definitely saw some people post about that, like,
I know,
after,
dude.
and it was just like,
They
what do you think
they're
about gun control now?
They think they're such geniuses. I'm like, no, actually, do you know anything about ballistics now, actually? Can we finally just put this one to bed about AR-15s? That'd be so sick, but no.
I know.
Like, people don't listen to the specifics, and they just latch onto the, like, crazy words. Dictator.
Well, that's
I
for
blame
sure,
the media
man.
for that, dude.
Yeah,
Because
it's
like,
media's mainstream's fault for sure.
if you paint a picture of this guy fits the description of an old racist white guy that wants to take over everything and like take away your rights, take away your freedom, and on top of that, you know, he's gonna be indefinitely a president. He's gonna change the laws. It's like, yeah, there's gonna be someone that goes, oh, I better stop him then.
But Joe, he tried to get people to inject bleach into their bodies so they could prevent COVID. Again, if somebody's so bad, why do you have to lie about him?
Yeah.
Because he was talking about
Right, that's the big. That's what the.
That's all you gotta do, and it's all you gotta do.
That's where the flag lies for me
It
too.
sucks to me.
The harder they try to do that, the more I'm like, well, then I feel like he's right.
Right, it's so stupid
That's
that
why
they do
I'm
that.
like, I don't actually have anything against Democrats. I have more like suspicion toward mainstream media,
yeah.
and how they've been consistently attacking him from day one. And lying and shaping the minds of people.
And big upping Biden when he's like looking like a fucking circus act, like
cutting him off all the
Yeah.
time, helping him out during a debate even.
Yeah.
So I don't blame the fact that people are just hoping that their government is honest, right?
Yeah.
Like if they're gonna watch the news and go, yeah, this is what they're fed,
Yeah.
then they're gonna react accordingly to that because they believe in the government and they believe in the news.
Yeah.
But for me, I'm like, yeah, there is something weird going on, and if they can't see that, it's not their fault. They're being told that, and then they're just trusting the government that you know that they're in. So I'm like,
That's it.
I feel like in on the Republican side too, they're trying to point out ways that the economy has been hurtful towards you as a person, but then Dems just want you to hate hate the people, and I'm like, why?
How do they do that?
They literally make shit up about people that just makes you feel like they want you to suffer. Like, oh, Trump wants you to have a worse life. Like, personally, like he just doesn't like me.
I follow.
He's racist to me.
I follow Biden too, and then so just like try to get as much from both sides. And then usually like what Trump's posting is an actual initiative, like trying to use tariffs to subsidize taking away federal taxes or whatever, right? That's what. And then so he'll say something like that, which is the actual thing he wants to do. I'm like, okay, I can see that working. And then Biden will be like, Trump just wants to make his billionaire friends rich. Yeah. Right? So it's like, it's instead of initiative for initiative, it seems like I have an idea, your idea is shady. I have an idea, so it's you never really get to hear what Biden's actual initiatives are, because they're not really, they're just rebuttals to what he's saying. And so I don't even know what Biden's really running on.
I also thought it was to be assumed that we all knew by now that every politician in the game has responsibility to make their billionaire friends rich. I thought all of them have to do that. Trump and Biden. So it's like, let's get past that.
Bro, the
but we
green
don't wanna
energy shit.
accept it.
Did you guys just see the windmill that just fell in the fucking ocean in Massachusetts?
Wow.
It got ripped in half. All this debris is now in the water, and all these fishermen locally are like worried because like, oh fuck, this is our livelihood. But yeah, they built this, one of these stupid fucking windmill things that don't do anything. They don't even give like 5% of energy to the power grid, and it just got destroyed by the winds and shit, and fell into the water. And now there's like foam because that's what's in the pipes and stuff like that. And all this debris in the water, and like fishermen are like, oh fuck, we're worried about what's gonna happen. That's off of Nantucket in Massachusetts.
Wow.
Yeah, but that's been a problem too. Is like they do all this, they spend billions. How many billions do they do on this? Remember they did like energy ports for these electric vehicles?
Yeah.
They built what, 10 of them, I think, for like $1.5 billion. That is just.
And it took them like 2-3 years.
3 years.
To do it.
It's just gross government excess, waste, fraud, abuse we see all the time, and people complacently go vote blue no matter who. It's like, yeah, huh? All right.
Yeah, that's the thing too, is I've never felt, as long as I've at least been alive, I've never felt that there was an if-then cause and effect to supporting somebody where it's like, oh, you like Trump, you are racist. Yeah. I've never heard that for any like candidate. Like that didn't happen with Bush, didn't happen with anybody. Like
extremism of this generation, though.
I didn't know that it like changed my own actual thing that I believed truly. I was like,
it did happen with Bush. I remember that. It did happen.
But that's the same thing as, again, today, if you eat McDonald's, you support genocide.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like there's such an if then, but then like if you like Biden, I'm like, that's fine. I don't care.
But
that's
Biden
cool.
actually said it though. He's like, if you don't vote for me, you're not black.
You're not black.
Charlamagne's face.
Yeah, and he didn't say anything.
But then it affected socially what good people around you thought of you. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, that's so fucking weird. And it wasn't even that I was supporting Trump. It's just that I wasn't on fire for what they were on fire for. And I'm like, that never used to have an effect of like, oh, now I'm probably racist.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's being done on both sides, right? Like Republicans think that liberals are actually evil. Like they're really corrupted by the devil. These guys are fucking crazy.
Yeah, there's cuckoos like that.
It's like,
each side, yeah.
But there's both sides cuckoos. Yeah. And I'm like, why do we let the cuckoos determine what the culture is? Where are all the moderates that are probably representative of most of the world? And they're not the ones talking though.
I've said it a bajillion times, I was rooting for Bernie. And people still go, I can't believe we're getting more right-wing stuff from Steve. It's like,
Yeah, you're a Trumper.
yeah, dude. I actually think that healthcare should be fucking free, but I'm a Trump guy. There you go.
Yeah, people just aren't, they're not capable of understanding that we can be independent or moderates.
Right.
And it's like, you can't vote for policy, you can't vote for a guy that's on the left because he's fighting for something that you believe in. But it's like, why right now it's like we're leaning right because right now is that season. But it could change too, but the Democrats have to fix their shit.
They
You don't have a candidate.
Yeah.
Stop being corporatist fucks.
Yeah.
We already knew the Republicans were corporatist fucks. We've been calling that out for years too. We expect that.
After I saw what happened to small businesses during these last few years, whatever will make that not happen more or again, I'm down for that.
Amen.
Absolutely.
100.
Absolutely.
And that's what I'm seeing is like the new Republican platform is pro-union, which I've never seen before, and so it's like to me, it's a no fucking brainer. Plus, they want to pump my fucking bag. So goddamn, let's go.
And I know
pro
that
crypto.
I'm aware too that I'm aware that we are in California, and then we are gonna live with a higher, like magnetism of like, oh, you like Trump, you fucking suck. Like that's just also where we live. So
Yeah,
I think Trump is funny. Always have. I owned it the whole
funny.
time. He's funny as fuck. Deal with it.
it's crazy because even with Mark Zuckerberg coming out and like, that's not an endorsement. That's just talking about like the emotional state of like.
Say
Right.
what it is.
Yeah, like that was a badass thing. to
yeah,
do.
he's calling it what it is.
That's
Yeah.
like isolated incident.
But
It's like
then
saying
will
not
you
Trust
still-
him more than watching MSNBC, who says he lied about this moment. It's like what?
Or that he fell.
Yeah, he fell or no. He
Loud noises, scared off.
He gave up the wrong message. It's like what? He just got shot in the fucking head. What do you want him to do?
He got pierced in the ear.
Yeah, exactly.
It was like Claire's.
Yeah.
Because you're
Like, but then how do you not see that and like feel like something's up? Like that's weird.
Biden getting the sniffies is the same jam.
Yeah.
But that is cool of him to come out and do that.
It is actually.
It just felt very human and just like,
Just honest.
dude, that was dope.
Yeah, very genuine.
Yeah, because I'm sure, like, for someone who donated that much to the opposition, he's got a bigger reason to not say that
Exactly.
than the average
It's
commenter online.
confusing. It does not compute too much.
Maybe he's also, he's been getting into MMA. So he's
just
been
cool
going to
now,
a
dude.
bunch of UFCs now. And he's like, dude, I think Trump's kind of cool.
He's all people are a lot nicer here
He got punched in the face a little bit and was like, actually.
Because Dana White is probably like hanging with them, and he's like, "Come on, man."
Dude, he's chewing Zins and drinking Monsters. Come
on, dude.
His testosterone
I
went
do
up like
think
5%.
a lot has changed since lockdown. I think lockdown it was like really fucking weird, where you couldn't even talk about it. You couldn't even voice like if you said something. Even as just you might not even be a Trump supporter, but let's say if Zuck said this and said that was pretty badass, people are gonna fucking hate you.
Right.
It is the weirdest thing. But now it's like people can be more open about, hey, at the end of the day, we're both Americans. Why can't we just freely choose?
I don't know if it's petty either, but like I think I still have a little bit of a chip from like how mad people were getting over masks. And that feels more liberal to me. I don't know if it is.
It is.
It is.
Okay, but that was enough for me to be like, I don't think I belong with those people then.
Because during the
Snitching on your
pandemic,
neighbors, bro?
Yeah, I
Fuck that, dude.
during the pandemic of all the gyms I visited to, if I saw like a Biden flag or whatever, I'm like, oh fuck, this one wants me to wear a mask. But if I saw a Trump one, I'm like, cool, I can work out without a mask on in this. Like, it just tells you.
And it wasn't the issue of mask; it was the issue of getting angry at people.
Oh,
physically,
yeah.
or like emotionally over that. I just didn't agree with that.
I don't remember. Okay, so like I've been a Democrat all my life, right? I don't remember us being a party of compliance. If it's always been a
defiance.
party of defiance, questioning,
Vietnam
and fucking
War.
right, fighting against,
Iraq War.
like
All of it you guys fought.
like the bureaucracy in the government, and it's like liberal party has always been anti-war. Liberal, it's always been like, hey, why do we have to do this? And I'm like, when did it change to being such a fucking little bitch to the government? I'm gonna believe everything the government says. I'm gonna do everything that I'm told. It's like, what the fuck?
Do you feel like COVID was the turning point around that time?
Yeah. Transparency, maybe.
It was.
I think it was always. I think.
Yeah.
By the way, Bush was the biggest fucking war pig I've ever seen. Bush is the worst president of my lifetime. No question about it. Or a Republican, right? Because he fomented all the wars in the Middle East. He started all that shit. He basically lit the fuse for the whole thing.
He he used 9/11 as a way to spy on Americans.
Exactly. Exactly. They set up exactly. They set up Department of Homeland Security, which is part of that apparatus.
He made it so that if you are suspected of a terrorist, without trial, they can kidnap you, take you to Guantanamo
They took
Bay.
19-year-old Arab kids with no evidence, picked them up, said you're a terrorist, fucking tortured them, all that shit. And it was completely Gucci because Americans went, look, we have to do something.
Because they're terrorists.
Right.
And he took down Building 7 by demolition.
Which, here we go. So we gotta stop. Sorry, guys. Sorry.
Way over.
That was gonna go really good.